Welcome back to Growth Catalyst Hub. In our channel, we see three things: skills to upgrade, productivity to focus on, and turbocharging your career. In this episode, we are going to look at what kind of feedback do you seek, actively seek. Feedback is not something that you let go, and feedback is not something which happens once a year during the appraisal time, but feedback is something that you actively seek from people, from your managers, from people whom you are working with, people who you are colleagues, people where you are doing projects as a team, especially from your manager. But a lot of times feedback is led to the instruments, led to the process, and it's left alone most of the times. Even in those times where you are sometimes seeking feedback, or sometimes where your manager is wanting to give you feedback, and these are called one-on-ones. When you sit in that meeting, you don't really know what to actively seek out for. What do we ask? And what are the things that I should ask for? What are the dimensions? What are the questions? And what are the things that I should actively seek feedback on? That is what we are going to look at in this episode. We are going to talk about the key things, the dimensions that you need to actively seek feedback, which will help you grow, lead, and upgrade your career, accelerate your career, turbocharge your career. Let's dive in. The next section, section 7 we are in, is all about personal development and balance. It's all about energy. It's all about how people see you. It's all about whether people see you as a charged person who comes in every day charging in and with lots and lots of energy, or do they see as you as a person who's tired and burnt out and who doesn't lose any energy and therefore people want to stay away from. It's a very, very important axis. So start asking questions and get feedback on this. Question number one: do I seem engaged, energized, or burnt out recently? How do I come across? Do I come across as tired? Oh shit, another Monday. Or do I come across as yes, Monday, new week, new start, I'm going to contribute this? People can almost touch and feel your energy. And unless you have that boundless energy from something that you are very passionate about, something that you're enthusiastic about, something that you want to contribute to the organization, people can see you that you are tired and burnt out. You may be tired, you may be burnt out for a couple of days in a month, but if you are consistently looking at as somebody who is tired, somebody who is unshaven, somebody who is red in the eyes, somebody who has been overworked, and somebody who is always having no energy, people want to stay away from you, and that's not a good thing for you because organizations and the work is all about working with people. Even if you're working from home, people can see you and people can touch and feel about the energy that you are bringing to whatever that you do. So ask this question and understand how people perceive you in terms of energy and the enthusiasm that you are bringing to the table. The next thing that you need to understand is all about how do I handle stress and setbacks? Ask this question: how do I handle stress and setbacks? There will be stress, there will be strain, there will be setbacks. Not everything goes smooth in an organization. You plan for something, the plans don't get executed smoothly. You are planning for a project for 6 months, the project overruns for 1.5 years. All of this does happen in organization situations, but the point is, how are you able to handle those stressful situations? How are you able to handle those setbacks? That is what will define a leader from a not so leadership material. So ask this question, understand how people see you as an effective person or ineffective person when it comes to stress, strain, and setbacks. The next thing is ask people on, do you think I'm using my time effectively? It's a very important question because it gives you inputs on how people see you in terms of effectively utilizing your time, effectively discharging your duties. If they think that you are goofing around, they will tell you. If they think that you are wonderful in terms of being organized, wonderful in terms of being very, very efficient, they will tell you. And it is important to be perceived as well organized and very efficient person. Otherwise, people will think you that you are not organized, not very efficient, which is a bad sign for you because these kind of people, these kind of characters don't ever go up in the hierarchy. They are there in the organization, but very, very difficult for them to go up in the hierarchy. What are the things you think are energizing me versus draining me? People are able to see through. There are things that energizes any of us in organizational context. There are parts of work that I'm very charged about, very passionate about, very energetic about. There are parts of work which I still need to do, which I'm not energized at all. I groan that I have to do this. It may be administrative duties. It may be part of work which requires me to file and write down papers and sign papers and so on. But they are still my duties. They are still things that I need to do. And people can give us feedback in terms of, okay, whenever we talk about these topics, whenever we talk about these things, you sit up, you are charged, you are energized. But whenever we talk about these things, whenever you need to do ABCD things, you are drained, you look burnt out, you look tired, you don't even want to touch that. That gives you an understanding of what are the things that you should definitely do yourself, and what are things probably you need to delegate about, probably watch about, probably need to take help on. What are those areas? It helps, gives you a hint in terms of which of the areas that you are naturally inclined towards doing, which of the areas that you are naturally inclined not doing. It gives a phenomenal understanding of how people see you and which duties, which parts of the work are well aligned with you, which parts of the work which you need to still do or are drained for you. It gives a fantastic understanding. Seek that understanding, get that. The last couple of questions are all about clarity and direction, and also about immediately what are the steps that you should take. So, the two questions that I would leave you with are this. If you are in my shoes, what is the one or two thing that you would focus on the most? When you ask this question in this manner, it gives people license to tell you what they think you should be doing without sounding bad about it. They will tell you, okay, these are the areas that you should do this. They will tell you these are the expertise you should acquire. These are the soft skills. These are the hard skills. These are the core technical skills that you should acquire. These are the things that you should exhibit more often. These are the things that you should work with. These are the roles that you should seek out for. These are the projects that you should take out. They will tell you from their perspective what they think you should be doing as your immediate next focus areas. And the last question that I think you should ask people is a very open-ended one. I would ask people, what is the one advice that you would give me which would help me for the next 6 months? Here and now, immediately, if I were to focus on the short term, what is that one or two things that you would tell me, you would advise me to care about, to do or not do, whatever it is? What are the one, two things that I think you think I should do or not do if I were to take care of my next 6 months? Immediate future, here and now, what are the things I should do or should not do, whatever it is as you see it. When you ask these people, reflect, think, tell you what is the right thing for you to focus on your career for the next 6 months. It's not a too long a career, too long a horizon. It's not a too short a dimension like today, tomorrow, but it is something that you can start today, tomorrow. It's something that will help you to go forward in your career for next 5 years, 10 years, but starting today, focusing on the immediate future of 6 months. People will tell you when you ask them. People will guide you when you seek them. So people will help you in terms of your career, in terms of your blind spots. They will tell you what the blind spots are. They will tell you what they think you should be doing. They will also tell you what other people think as they see you. And therefore, you need to take action on. I've given you about 30 questions. I've given you in 9 different sections. I'm sure you would have noted down. I'm sure you have reflected about it. This all sequenced in a manner which starts with your alignment in terms of how people see you and how you see yourself in the self-awareness dimension, going all the way to a leadership dimension, all the way to what you need to do here and now about where you want to go. When you ask all of these questions, and don't restrict yourself to asking questions to your boss, don't restrict yourself to that annual appraisal. Have a cadence of sitting with your boss at least once a quarter, if not a monthly basis. It is a great practice to sit your boss every single month, talking about what has happened in the last month and whatever has happened in the last month, how is it tying up with whatever has happened so far? And How is it all tying up with the future? It's a great practice to do this once a month, but at least once a quarter. Definitely, definitely, definitely once in 6 months. Don't leave it to once a year appraisal process. Also seek out feedback from people around you, not just the boss. People who you work with, people who are your project teammates, people who are in other sections, but you have coffee with. All these people are seeing you day in and day out. All the people can give you feedback, which can be absolute gold dust. Go after it, get feedback, use that feedback, think, reflect, demonstrate that you are taking the feedback seriously. And the only way to demonstrate is actually improving on the feedback, taking the feedback seriously and working on the feedback, going back to people, thanking them and saying that you are working on these 2 dimensions, these 3 dimensions, this specific feedback that they have given you. They will be very happy. They will actually look out for you. And when people start looking out for you, you are in the right place. You are in the right trajectory to go up and accelerate your career. This is the very, very effective way to turbocharge your career. Go ahead, turbocharge it. We will see you in our next episode.